What is going on, guys? Good evening. It's your favorite mortgage lender, Abdel Kwame, got mortgages. I hope everybody had a blessed weekend. It's a pretty fun weekend, right? We had a lot going on. Obviously, Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all my fellow brothers. It was actually my wife's birthday today, so getting this out. It's about 9:45 at night. Wanted to make sure I get this out there. We've got a jam packed week, so more than likely wasn't able to do it really tomorrow or even anytime this week. So wanted to make sure we get this out there. We are going to dive right into it. What happened last week? A lot of different data points on inflation, consumer price index, CPI report, and producer price index. Both came out, both under expectations. And then we actually saw upticks on the jobless claims when it comes to the trend. But let's be honest, the market didn't really move, right? If we kind of take a look at where we're at, we stayed relatively flat, right? So a little bit of a decline once CPI came out, and we're actually slowly on that upward trend. Surprisingly, a lot of different geopolitical environments right now that is happening. Generally, whenever there are these type of um real wars, I guess you could say, or geopolitical items that start to happen, the market tends to flock away from the stock market, like we saw on Friday, and investors actually go to safer investments such as bonds and 10-year treasury. But that didn't really happen this time around, and obviously the market is slowly bracing for some potential changes. We know that the Fed is meeting later on this week. We will discuss more than likely a 0% chance that they are going to cut their federal funds rate. But again, the market is moving very quickly, and obviously we will always keep us updated. So let's dive in very quickly again on the CPI front. So we know, again, consumer price index came in cooler than expectation, right? 2.4% on the headline, 2.8% on the year over year. The interesting part to look at, on an annualized core run rate, only at a 1.7%, which is really very close to where we want to be when we talk about the 2% consistent run. 2.6 on a 6-month trend, and just a little shy 12-month 2.8%. We know, again, came in softer in May with the CPI, only 0.1%, like I stated. April at a 4-year low of 2.3%, which again is a trend we want to see. Gas prices obviously contributing to that, but some of the turmoil, as I mentioned earlier, when it comes to overseas really turmoil, is that going to potentially affect obviously the cost of gas? We know that shelter is a major component when we talk about inflation. 35% of CPI and 44% of CPI on the core side actually contributes from the shelter costs. There's always a significant lag when we talk about this stuff, but again, it's important for us to state that we're seeing obviously an overestimate on the shelter costs that is slowly starting to trickle in onto the current rental market, right? So again, when we also talk about the bottom line on tariffs, we really haven't seen any impact yet. Tariffs were obviously instilled by President Trump's administration about 2-3 months ago. Haven't seen any impact on that. And, the entire time when these reports are coming out, they're always bracing for impact. Really haven't seen any of that just yet, right? On the wholesale side, producer price index, right? So on the wholesale side, it's increased